As people would usually say, seeing is believing, and that's exactly what you'll be saying once you take a look at these rather unusual creatures. Yeti Crab. The Yeti Crab is a crustacean that lives in deep-sea hydrothermal vents at depths of thousands of feet, far from the furry legend of the Himalayas. When heated lava surges up beneath the seafloor, the Earth's crust splits apart, forming hydrothermal vents. The fluids transport minerals high in sulfur and other metals, which bacteria may synthesize to maintain a unique ecology of deep-sea organisms. Large crustaceans, such as crabs and lobsters, cannot thrive in frigid ocean regions, such as those surrounding Antarctica. Because hydrothermal vents warm the water around them with geothermal heat, they provide a home for Yeti crabs in their immediate surroundings. In a hydrothermal vent, there can be up to 700 Yeti crabs per square meter. Therefore, they're exceedingly successful and well suited to these warm water oases. As a result, the Kiwidae, a new family of squat lobsters, was born. Although they are frequently referred to as Yeti crabs due to their similarity to the iconic abominable snowman, scientists named this new species Kiwa hirsuta. Kiwa referring to the name of a Polynesian deity who serves as an ocean guardian, and hirsuta meaning hairy in Latin. Goldie and Finch chick. When you look into the mouth of a hungry African silverbill, Goldie and Finch, or other estrelidid finch, you'll notice something unusual, intriguing, and possibly even unsettling. Peculiar mouth marks. Some people find these marks so unsettling they've drawn similarities to aliens. They point to things as their beaks rimmed with black lining, or glow-in-the-dark beads and mouth roofs covered in trypophobia-inducing holes. Estrelidid finches, on the other hand, are unmistakably of this world. The family of little birds, sometimes known as grass finches, may be found in Africa, Australia, and Asia, and the young of some species have these distinctive mouths. However, scientists have been unable to determine why such intricate patterns occur. According to scientists, one theory for their existence is that the markings help estrelidid parents determine the health and age of their chicks. An unhealthy chick's mouth patterns will be duller and less noticeable than a healthy one's. Because a chick's body size doubles every several days, the pattern gets larger, more spaced apart, and faded as the birds mature, allowing the parents to track each bird's development. The marks are substantially less evident by the time the chicks fledge. Goblin Shark. The ocean is alive with unique and wonderful organisms. While certain aquatic species are well known and frequently spotted, others are more mysterious and kinda ugly. One such animal is the Goblin Shark, which lives in the lowest depths of the ocean, with few people ever coming face to face with this real-life monster. In 1898, the Goblin Shark was discovered off Japan's eastern coast. Because of its abnormally large snout and pink skin, the shark was given the name Tenguzami, a reference to the mythological Japanese monster with a long face and deadly jaws. As a result, Goblin Sharks became the English translation, which, if you've seen the image of said species, is also a rather apt name. The Goblin Shark possesses a number of peculiar characteristics that serve to characterize the monster. It has a flabby body with little fins, indicating that it could likely swim slowly. Goblin Sharks have a unique ability thanks to their snouts as well. These Goblin Sharks can detect electric fields produced by prey. When the Goblin Shark spots its prey, it uses its liver's inherent buoyancy to drift stealthily towards it. The Goblin Shark then widens its jaws to lunge at its victim, creating an unusual and terrifying sight. Peacock Spider. Is it possible for a spider to be a social media influencer? Well, the Australian peacock spider, called after a colorful flap that mimics a peacock's fan, is currently enjoying a moment of fame thanks to the internet. There were just about 7 species recognized until 2011, when a video of one went viral, sparking a surge of curiosity and further discoveries. There's now closer to 100. Finding a favorite might be difficult. Peacock spiders aren't the kind of arachnid you should be afraid of. Instead, these vibrant, rice-sized, 8-legged creatures are well known for their vivid, rainbow-hued buttocks, complicated mating rituals, and ninja-like jumping abilities. While they do produce venom, their jaws are so small that they can't penetrate human skin. This tiny little guy also knows how to bust some moves. Spiders' seemingly random jerks reveal a sophisticated dance. One is the flair of a fandango and the speed and spring of a Marvel superhero. May be appreciated for what it is on this stage, a dance of life and death. This is because if the strutting man fails to entice his prospective lover, she's gonna eat him. Aye. Lemurs are generally associated with King Julian, the odd but adorable ring-tailored lemur from the children's cartoon film Madagascar. Although ringtails are only one of the 108 recognized species of lemurs that are known to exist on Earth. Among those who are still living, the aye is by far the most intriguing, albeit a little unnerving to look at. Aye-ayes, along with all other lemurs, are classified as primates like humans, apes, and monkeys. Eyes, however, resemble a hybrid of a rat and a raccoon. The eye's triangular ears, the largest in comparison to body size of any other monkey, are one of its most distinguishing features. These ears are formed up of ridges that allow the eye to detect the subtle movement of grubs and larvae in the chambers of old dying trees. In addition, eyes have long fingers on each hand that end in long curled claws. When the fingers are uncurled, they account for approximately 41% of the overall length of the eye forearm. Eyes, in order to protect their delicate clawed fingers, the eyes raise them while they move weirdly and clumsily on the ground. Jerboa. Well, look at this creature and you might think that it's a potato held together with toothpicks. Or maybe a hoppin' noodle or a soft furry T-Rex rodent? And no matter how you look at them, jerboas are as adorable as they come. These cute animals move around on long, springy legs. The jerboa is a tiny jumping rodent that lives in northern Africa and Asian deserts. Jerboas are extremely attractive animals with long ears, tails, and hind paws that give them a comical look. They also have particularly developed legs that allow them to jump like kangaroos. The tail of a jerboa is typically longer than its head and body combined. They're animals that have established a reputation for being both adorable and tough. These little desert rats have a peculiar appearance and flourish in northern Africa and Asia's harsh, dry desert habitats. There's about 33 different jerboa species. They all have a tiny mouse-like head, huge owlish eyes, disproportionately long ears, and a long, strong tail in common. They also have very little arms and long cat-like whiskers to help them explore their surroundings. The long-eared jerboa, as the name implies, has significantly longer ears than any other species of this rodent. Banana slug. In all their slimy glory, slugs aren't typically associated with food. Banana slugs, on the other hand, are named after their color rather than their taste. It does sound quite tempting, doesn't it? But resist the impulse to lick one, because the slime released by these gastropods is an anesthetic. The banana slug is typically bright yellow in color, similar to a ripened banana, although it can also be brown, white, or green. Like all slugs, banana slugs use their 4 tentacles to sense their environment. Upper optical tentacles emerge from the tops of their heads, and small black eyes, or spots near the tips of the tentacles, are sensitive to light and movement. Smaller lower tentacles that protrude straight out in front of their face can detect and smell. If a banana slug loses a tentacle due to a predator or an accident, it can regenerate it. They're preyed upon by a variety of animals, mostly tiny mammals, snakes, and salamanders. They can only move at a speed of about 10 meters per hour while contracting the muscles in their feet and slithering across surfaces with the aid of mucus lubricant. Because of this, they aren't very good at avoiding these predators. However, they do have a secret weapon, their mucus. It gives the slug a way to defend itself by numbing predators' tongues or throats, as well as any moist surface it touches. Now it's time for today's best pick. Now today's photo looks like a horse created by the devil himself. American Bashkir Curly Horse. Due to its distinctive coat, the American Bashkir Curly stands out from the crowd, and it's quite obvious why. Because the name itself is a clue. Yes, this breed is well known for its curly coat. Those curls are caused by a certain gene. Due to the recessive nature of the gene, some American Bashkir Curlies have straight hair. They will, however, have the unique curly coat if 2 copies of the gene are present. The amount of curliness depends on the individual horse as well as the time of year. Curls on certain horses are localized to specific regions, most commonly inside the ears and on the fetlocks. Others are curly all throughout, even their eyelashes. The winter coat has the most curls. In the summer, even curly horses can have a straight coat. When the curls shed in the summer, some of the horses with the tightest curls can appear completely bald. American Bashkir Curlies have another unique quality though, in that people who have allergies to other horses typically tolerate them. It's believed that their hair lacks the protein that triggers allergic reactions. Cockapo. A species that may pass for a Jim Henson puppet species emerges from the dense ferns of the New Zealand rainforest. The Cockapo is a comical sight to behold, sporting bright green feathers that swell into a cream-colored circle around the face, as well as purple eyes, a noticeable beak, and huge feet. The more closely you look, the more absurdly unbird-like this bird actually is. Because cockapos cannot fly, their big bird-like feet clomp around the forest floor. It's the world's only flightless parrot, and as a result, it's also the world's heaviest parrot, weighing just shy of 9 pounds. It also has the potential to be the world's 3rd longest living bird, with records of lifespans of up to 100 years. Cockapos are nocturnal, waking up soon as the sun sets, adding to their avian oddity. The Cockapo climbs trees to look for food, using the whiskers around its face to feel for the dark. Historically, the Cockapo has been significant to Maori, New Zealand's indigenous people, appearing in many of their oral traditions and folklore. With a total known population of 209 today, the Cockapo is critically endangered. Each of these adult Cockapos is named, tagged, and protected on 4 predator-free islands off New Zealand's coast. Mexican Mole Lizard. Few people would realize what lurks beneath the surface of Mexico's Baja Peninsula's barren terrain. Mexican mole lizards are bright pink, have rudimentary eyes and only 2 limbs, making them resemble more like huge earthworms rather than reptiles. These strange-looking critters, like earthworms, spend the vast portion of their lives digging underground. As a result, they go mostly unnoticed and underestimated for their critical function in this ecosystem. Mexican mole lizards are among the almost 200 limbless, burrowing Amphispinae lizard species. Only this and 2 other species in the genus Bipus have tiny front limbs. Amphispanians are distributed worldwide, including Central and South America, Africa, Southern Europe, and the Middle East. Mexican mole lizards, on the other hand, are found solely in Baja California, and are thought to have been isolated from closely similar species on mainland Mexico for 20 million years. See you all next time!